right, once again, we got cut off.
Part 2.
This is part 2. All right, part 2 of the Daily Dose of Mike Mynar. Let's get back into what I was saying. So, not responsible if actions are not taken. But one of the things that's very important to me, I think that, is something also that I learned a little while ago, a year or so ago too, is trust, right? It's my responsibility to gain your trust, plain and simple. I need to have you see. I also need to bring the value to you, but I need to make sure that you trust me. It's my responsibility, not yours. It's not your responsibility to trust me. I need to do that. And so my intentions, that's why I was transparent. I wanted to share with you my true intentions. Now I'll be even more transparent. I do have problems, just like any human.
Yeah.
Okay? As strong as I may be, as good of a leader that I may be, I do have a caring heart, but that caring heart can get frustrated. And if I hate using the word offended because I don't know, it's not really offended. It's more of a
aggravation.
Yeah, it's more of a damn it. I will get frustrated when my services are not used.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I feel like I'm out in the dark and I'm having to watch something happen, but I'm not being asked to help in it, I feel useless. And I do feel at fault. I do feel responsible. I start to feel these emotions of guilt or something inside of, why does he have to go through this when all the answers are right here, right? I could be helping, right?
Right.
So, but one of the weak points for me is I will get frustrated after a while. I do have a temper. And I used to always tell my people when I would hire people over the years, I'll say there will come a day that we'll yell at each other. Just be prepared for that. Every rep I've ever hired. There will become a day that we'll probably get in an argument. And that's my stubbornness because I'm so frustrated. I just want to slap somebody silly because I want to help them, right? So this is just being open as transparent as possible. I've never done this deep before. As I get along in my career, being more transparent with people, I'm going to work on that. I also have a tendency to give up after a while on something. If my services aren't being used, it becomes easy for me over time to give up. And that was tough for me. That was one of the toughest ones because I've actually done that for years. I put all this time and effort into someone. I want to put all this out there for them. And then when I feel like they're not using it and time goes on and goes on, I'm like, well, all right, well, I obviously don't want it. I'm on to the next. And it kind of goes back into that. Some will, some won't, some can't. So what? Mm-hmm. So I find myself being like that. I will give up on people if I feel that they're not using my services because my time is valuable. But the reason I got to give up is because it actually hurts. I actually carry weight and I hide it. And I find this in relationships like with my wife. She wears her pain on her sleeves. I don't. It's hidden inside and you'll never know what's happening until I snap. And that's who I am. I want you guys to know I'm telling you truthfully as a human being to human being the type of person I am. And I've never really shared this with people often. And I want to be even better in my career, so I'm willing to be transparent and be honest with you like that. So you'll know exactly what to expect and who I am. Does that make sense to you guys?
Absolutely.
Okay. So building trust, foremost, trust is very important. You guys, a simple thing, do you guys trust me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. If you don't, it's my responsibility to earn that trust. But if you trust me, that's my goal, is to know that you trust me. The next thing for me is I need to make agreements, clear, precise agreements with you, clear understanding with you. Okay. Another part, being transparent of who I am, I'm going to describe myself so that you know what you're dealing with. Because you can get rid of me at any time. As a servant, you can dismiss a servant. So as a servant to you, you can dismiss me at any time you want. That's what a good servant does. If you want to dismiss me, you can do that. Because I want you to know who I am.
Need some new markers there, brother.
Yeah, these are brand new.
Dominator.
You got them upside down. You're storing them upside down.
Oh, maybe that's it. That's probably the problem. How about that? Set it outside. I didn't think of the next one. That marker got me sidetracked for a second. Made me go off into a blank space. Thanks, Jonathan.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Mike.
This is something I'm personally working on, but this has been a big downfall for me. I went through special training and coaching and found out that I am a major dictator. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. I ran my neighborhood, I ran everything. I ran my entire life, everywhere I go, in the military, every job I've ever had. Didn't take me long, I was a supervisor because I knew how to dictate. I knew how to take control of situations. The only difference about me being a dictator is I had a way, I was like a good dictator. I want to say that I was a good dictator. I wasn't a Stalin or a Hitler or them. Same line. But I had the heart side of it, and people saw that. It backfired over the years. I've had some bad dictations. People have been scared of me, afraid of me, didn't want anything to do with me. I've had that happen through my career, and I want to grow on that. I don't want to be a dictator, you know, and that's just who I am, and I've got to work on that. And it's something I am working on, but I am. I can tend to be a dictator. I know I'm definitely a dominator, okay? Sum it up, I have an attitude of I don't lose. Always had. I was a short kid. I was small. Other kids were bigger. They grew faster than I did. They tend to pick on me. And my response back was, I'm going to dominate you. You may think I'm shorter. You may think I'm smaller. But I am so bound and determined inside that I will dominate you. And I did. They called me the little jackrabbit when I was little. They called me short shit because I was faster and quicker than most of the kids. I was faster. I don't let time go by. I'm quick to make decisions. I'm quick to grab them up and make a decision because everybody can get confused. And I will move fast, and they better move fast with me. I've always been a fast-paced. I'm very fast-paced. I'm also bound and determined. Strong-willed. Come in. Unmovable force.
What's up?
Howdy. So these are, I'll be done in a minute, brother. Doing some recording. But these are who I am. So you understand me as a coach and what I am. You want to hang out in there? You can hang out. You want to grab that chair? So, fast-paced. I'm a dominator. I have that tendency to be a dictator. I enjoy winning rather than losing. I don't lose. I'm bound and determined. I'm strong-willed. I'm an unmovable force, and I'm big on this. I'll end this section here. I will absolutely, I probably misspelled again, I will absolutely do whatever it takes. Because nothing will stand in my way. So if it does, I'll bulldoze it over. That's who I am as a leader. So you guys still trust me.
Oh yeah.
You know what you're dealing with.
Oh yeah. I like it.
If you don't, as your servant, you can dismiss me. So you need to know who I am, who you're dealing with more and more. We still good?
Inspired.
Inspired.
You guys get it. I can sum that up real easy. I'm crazy. Real simple.
I think it's only fair that you know us in the same way at some point in time.
And I will. Because as a good mentor, that is my job. As a servant. A servant gets to know his people better than they know themselves. Okay. We're going to get to the commitment part of this. All that stuff I just wrote is what I'm going to put into you, and that's my coaching. And that's my teaching. That's my intensity. So, do I have permission from you to do that?
Absolutely.
Because understand, when you give me that permission, I'm going to ride you. And I'm going to be dominant about it. I'm going to be intentional about it. I'm going to put every ounce of energy in it because I already shared with you, I know in my heart it's what I get excited by is watching you succeed. So I'm ultimately fighting for that.
Oh yeah.
I'm being truthful. I'm fighting for what I want.
Oh yeah.
I like
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what I want is to watch people succeed.
Right.
So if they give me permission, I'm going to do every damn thing possible to see that happen. And you may get frustrated at times. Maybe we'll have to do like my wife did with our daughter and call it strawberry time. I don't like the word strawberry time. It sounds a little for guys.
It's not masculine enough.
But maybe you may just have to say, Mike, I dismiss you for the moment. Stop. Okay?
Before we start yelling at each other.
But I do. I am very intentional. And I will, and you gave me permission, which means I will expect you to ask of my services. And if you don't, I'm going to ride your butt about it until you dismiss me.
Just don't take offense when we start yelling at each other.
Well, I want to change that in my career.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I really do. I want to work on that. It's just I get so frustrated because I'm like, it's right in front of you. Open your damn eyes. I've been there 100 times. Hell, okay? I am that guy.
Hell yeah.
So before we go forward any farther in this relationship that we have as your servant, you need to know what I'm offering to you.
Yeah.
And I need to get that commitment, that agreement from you both that you're okay with that and you're giving me permission.
Show me the way, man. Hell yeah.
You giving me permission?
Sign me up.
All right.
Permission? Hell, man. Hell yeah.
All right. Now we can start the game. All right. That was it. We got Mike here. It's going to be fun and exciting. Another daily dose of Mike Mynar. We'll see you again real soon.